again to my channel, guys. This is Trev from Sons. If it is your time on my channel, I want to welcome you. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to thank you for your support. If it is your first time here, you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button. You might also want to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be first to get notified. Now, this morning, I want to say thank you to those of you who supported my first live a few nights ago. I was super excited. I've been fighting with it and trying to get it off the ground for a while. And thanks to my cousin over there at Home Job Success with Ali, she has been instrumental. She has been there for me when I call her all times of the night, when I text her all time of the night, because I just can't get this YouTube thing together. And I've been going through her videos, and she has had some tips on her page about, how to start your YouTube and how to get things together. And I have been trying and fighting, and, technology is not my best suit, but I've been trying. And also to my friends and colleagues and family over there at the Unstoppable show. Unstoppable, you are the best. You are the bomb. Unstoppable has been on me, Trev. Go ahead and tell your story. Tell your story, Trev. Tell your story on your YouTube channel. Tell your story, because it's your story. And I've been so afraid. I said, Unstoppable. You remember when we tell her the story the first time, all the people them drag me? You remember all the people them squeeze me out, them wring me out and dash me away, and bring me back and rinse me again and dash me away, you remember? And some people say, yes, Trev, remember, but no make nobody stop you from tell your story, because of your story, and you experience it. So people are going to always have something to say. And them don't know your whole story. They just know the little piece where you tell me in a 1 hour. So no make them stop you from telling your story. Tell your story, because of your story. And so I want to say thanks for the encouragement, Unstoppable. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the support. Thank you. The other day when you called out your folks to come out and support me, they came out and gave me over 100 subscribers and have been ticking up ever since. Unstoppable. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Now I'm going to be telling my story. I'm starting a new series where I'm telling my story. I am not a technological expert. I am not able to do all of this fancy, and I realized that I've been waiting to get the fancy together to be able to tell my story, and the fancy isn't coming. I'm not going to be sitting around waiting forever for the fancy to come, because the fancy might never come. So my story is going to be plain and simple, and I'm going to just tell it to you from the beginning to the end, and I want you all to follow me. And so I'm going to be putting it as part 1, part 2, part 3, so you all can understand that you go from one part to the next, and it's not all jumbled and you are confused and not knowing which direction to go. Now, here goes my story. I'm going to start from the beginning, so I'm calling this part 1. Now, back in the 90s, I had graduated high school and worked some years, saved my money to send myself to college. Sent myself to Shortwood Teachers College. While I was there, I met a wonderful young woman. We shared a lot of the same principles of religion and study. We had the same study habits. She was my friend. We had the same sort of calm spirit, I believe, and we gelled together well. We became very good friends. Our friendship grew, and we stayed friends for many years after that. Now, when I came to America, we kept in touch, and I would always, keep her updated with what I was going through. I've been through a lot in America, and she was always updated. She always knew, because she was calling to see how I was doing, and we'd always talk, and we'd always, when I went to Jamaica, I would call her, tell her I'm there, we would talk on the phone, that sort of thing. She was my very good friend. In 2006, I believe it was, she called me. She asked if she could come to spend the summer with me. I said, fine. At this time, I had just come out of a very abusive relationship. That's the relationship that I told you about, where the guy had attacked me with the knife. So I had just come out of that relationship about 2 years before that, and I was living by myself. I was enjoying it. I just starting to get my footing, if you know what I mean. Just starting to get my footing in America. She called me and asked me if she could spend the summer with me. I said perfectly fine, no problem. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment. It was me alone. I had no problem. She came. She spent the summer with me. During that time while she was here with me, I tried to get her a little bit of work. She worked. She got, paid. When she was going back down, she went down with like 3 barrels. Yes. We continued talking, and then in 2008, January, I was home alone one night. I was home alone, which I was home alone anyway. But I was getting ready for bed. I was in bed, about to go to sleep. It was maybe 8, 9 o'clock. She called me from Jamaica. She said, Trev, me have a big problem. Me have a big problem, Trev. You can't help me. I said, what happened? Me jump up in the bed. I said, what happened? She said, my brother, me I go call him Raga. I go just call him Raga, just for argument's sake. She said, my brother Raga come up on the student program, and him a go Miami-Dade, but him a stay with my cousin. Me I go call the cousin Cheryl. So me a stay with my cousin Cheryl, and tonight him a call the whole evening, and I say him there at Miami-Dade, and Cheryl usually come pick him up, and she not come pick him up this evening. Him don't know which direction to turn. It's very cool, and him don't know where to do, and him a call and she not answer her phone. So me I say, that kind of strange. I say, all right. It's very cold out, because this night was one of the coldest nights Miami had ever experienced, because the following morning, the dew, even ice, was on my car the following morning. And Miami don't usually get those kinds of weathers. So it was a very cold night on the Miami standards. So I said, all right, give me him number. Let me see how me can help him. She gave me the number, and I called the guy. The guy said he's on the Piazza, the Walgreens across from Miami-Dade. If any of you from Miami, you know where Miami-Dade College, 1 on 27th Avenue is. You know the Walgreens that is north of the college. That's going down 27th Avenue. And the Gratney. Yes, that Walgreens he was at. So when I call him, he says he's at the Walgreens. He been calling them. They answering their phone. He been out of school for by this time it was like 6 hours, and they hadn't shown him which bus to take. He don't know which direction to go. I said, all right, I'm going to come over there, see how I can help you. Jump out of my bed, put on clothes, warm clothes and everything, jump in my car and drove all the way over there. When I went over there, I picked him up. I'm ready to take him to his house. I said, where you live at? He told me the address. I said, the address there is our gated community, Do you have a key? Him said, I have no key. I said, then, if they're not answering the phone, when you get to the gate, you call security, have to call. If the person they call don't answer the phone, security not going to let you in. You have to turn around and leave. So, you don't have no proof say you live there, and you don't have no key. I mean, how you plan to get in? Him no. I said, let me tell you something. Me not plan to stay out in the cold with you. And it would be hard for me to take you from here, one end of cold, to drop you down there, so another cold again. So here what we are going to do. Me are going to carry you to my apartment. Call your cousin, keep calling them. And when they answer the phone, tell them where you are, make them come pick you up. I thought that was a fair deal. I call my friend, I tell her I pick him up and whatever, and tell her, she said thanks, blah, 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 blah. Went to my apartment. When I talk to them, I put on my makeup, but there's just so much going on in my head. But anyway, I'm not going to be telling you about the makeup. I'm just going to be putting it down and tell you the story. Because my brain maybe can't concentrate on both at the same time. So anyway, I took the guy to my house, to my apartment. I fed him. I ended up having to cook again because I never have food in the fridge for him to eat. So I ended up cooking rice and corned beef, feed him, help him, settle him, give him a blanket, stay on my couch whenever they call, just let me know. So you can go. I went back to my bed. That was the first time I met the guy that would be the catalyst for this story. Next time, in part 2, I'm going to continue by telling you how my story developed from that encounter, from that phone call, from the woman I had referred to as my best friend.